Welcome to Algebra 2. My name is Mr. Stevens. Along with Mr. Thornburg, we will be teaching the course through the flipped classroom system. In other words, you're going to be watching these videos and come to class prepared to do the work. This first video is just going to introduce you to the course, introduce you to the semester, and make sure you pay close attention because there will be a quiz when you come to class tomorrow over the syllabus. And we're going to do everything we can to kind of spell it out for you. We're going to highlight the things that you should probably know, highlight the things that will most likely be on the quiz tomorrow. And speaking of things that are highlighted, let's look at these little emails here. We have two emails. One for Mr. Thornburg here, and another one for me, Mr. Stevens. Also, the web page is where you're going to be able to find a lot of these videos for the semester. So that's another thing you want to pay close attention to. And moving along, the class materials that you're going to need to bring to class: a pen or a pencil. We don't care if you math and pen or pencil. It's your choice at that point. But one thing you need to make sure you bring is a red pen. Now look, it says grading there. It's not that we're going to be grading every single thing you do, but you're also going to be grading a lot of the work that you do as well. So make sure that you use a red pen. Bring a red pen to class every single day. That's not to say a pink pen would suffice. It has to be red. Make sure that you bring a red pen to class. And if we haven't highlighted or emphasized that enough, in other words, it might be one of the quiz questions, hint, 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 make sure, no matter what, you bring a red pen to class every single day. We will not accept work that is turned in graded in blue or green or any other color other than red. So make sure that you bring a red. Did I emphasize the red pen enough? I believe so. Okay, good. Now note, this here talks a little bit about flipped learning. If you're not used to flipped learning or have no idea what in the world it is, read through this pretty carefully because it's going to be one of those things we want to talk about. What kind of expectations you're going to have with a flipped classroom. So read up about this, familiarize yourself with it as much as you can, and come to class with questions or ideas that you might have about a flipped classroom. Moving along here, some of the grading policies we have. One of the things I want you to just take a little browse at. Now, you can read all this on your own. We'll talk about it a little bit more in class. But at the very bottom, when it talks about test retakes, the very last sentence is very important. If you're going to take a retake, the second test score is going to replace the score from the first one regardless of the results. So let's say you get an 80 on the first one, and you're like, man, I'm going to do an A. And then you get a 60 on the second one. That's going to be something to think about. All right, moving along. Some more policies about makeup work and cheating. Cheating is not acceptable in academia, period, end of story. It's your work. This is what you do, and this is a representation of your learning. It's not a representation of whether or not your friend can learn and you can cheat. That is not something that is allowed in any academic setting I've ever been a part of. So make sure that you do all of your work. We want to make sure that we provide as many opportunities for you to be able to learn the material as possible. So if you need to come in after hours, or if you need to come in before or after school, make sure you get a hold of us and let us know, and we'll do everything we can to help you guys out. Other than that, I hope you paid attention to the syllabus. There will be a quiz whenever you show up the next day.